What's going on, everybody? I'm Lawrence Owen. This is Colts Law. And, I ain't done a post-game stream in some time, at least not on my traditional Monday, Tuesdays. Generally, I bring out one of those kind of pessimistic, optimistic videos. But I thought, you know what? After the game that the Indianapolis Colts had this past Sunday, it was time to sit down here and talk to you guys, right? Sit down and just feel what the general overall consensus is about this Indianapolis Colts team. Because quite frankly, when the Indianapolis Colts go, bam, 41-21 over a team that straight up, people were like, well, this Lions team, this is their chance to really show that they mean something in the NFL. And I've been sitting here thinking, good Lord, they beat Jacksonville and Atlanta. And now all of a sudden, they got something for them? What? I mean, they ain't played a defense like ours. Now, Matt Stafford had a nice game, even though he was hit and under pressure so much. Matt Stafford did Matt Stafford things, right? I mean, Matt Stafford went out there and blew some stuff up. You seen that one play where he avoided the rush, stepped up in the pocket, threw that bomb downfield where at first look, it looks like Xavier Rhodes probably could have been a little tighter on the coverage, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to look at the all-22 and see how that actually broke down. Right, comments, I see you're late. You're always like, I'm always the first one here. It's all good, though. You show up, so I'm appreciative that you at least showed up, man. Thanks a lot. Brian's here. We got Charger. What? You mean the Colts won and they actually moved up for once? Because Alpha Wolf straight up put up power rankings where they're number 9 in some of the power rankings. Have you looked at all of them? Because I looked at them this morning, and there was some power rankings out there that still had the Colts in the teens as well. Most of them have them around 10, 11, or 12. One power ranking had them, I think, at 9th. Man, was it the NFL power ranking that had another team that was like, I think it was a team that the Colts actually beat. Let me go look at that real fast. I think it was I really do. I think that it was a team that the Colts beat that moved them up. Where is it? Oh, it's not showing. Well, that's weird. Huh. Can't find it. Either way, I mean, Colts deserve to be where they're at. Hey, if you're watching McChicken Vlogs, what's up, man? Go Colts. What? You're a Pats fan now. You're you're all about the Colts, huh? Because, well, I mean, I can't really blame you. Can't blame you, my guy. I am more than happy to have you here shouting out Go Colts. I mean, I'm pretty sure Patriots fans most generally are not big Ravens fans, and that's who the Colts are playing next week, so I get it. Marlboro fan, thank you also for showing up here on Sportscaster. If you guys ain't on Sportscaster, go make a profile. It takes like 15 seconds, man. You can click make a profile on there. You can link it instantaneously to your Twitter, your Facebook, and email. It takes you like 15 seconds. Then you can give me a follow. Give my network a follow. Just look up Lawrence Owen Network, right? And then everything, whether it's NFL related, Colts related, my film rooms, whatever, you are notified immediately as soon as I go live. That way you don't miss out. Like my film rooms are showed up on Sportscaster first. And then they get uploaded to YouTube later. So those of you who have Sportscaster accounts get to watch and be notified about my film rooms. Speaking of film rooms, I just wanted to say that I'm going to have to move my camera. So you're going to have to give me a second. Because right now, There we go. Sorry. I had to move my camera because it was right in the way of your comments. But I don't think I'm going to do a Colts breakdown because we already know the Colts. I've already did one on the Colts D-line, and that's what really showed up against the Lions. I did one about Phillip Rivers, and that's who carved up the Lions defense. So I might go outside the Colts, someone specific. I know he didn't have a good game overall, but I was thinking Tua Tagovailoa, right? I'd like to see break down not just his first day, but his overall stuff as an NFL player on his first day against the Rams. I was thinking that might be something that would be good to go over. I might do that plus a Colts breakdown, depending upon play calling breakdown. That's a good, interesting idea. I might do that. Goat House has him. Goat House. I really don't follow the Goat House too much. I've seen their streams on YouTube. I'll see it once in a while, but I don't really do that right now. The Colts should be over the Titans right now. I mean, the Titans have lost, 2 straight now? Let me see what you got here. Yeah, Ronnie Stanley is a big miss. And that's going to hurt him big time. And the fact that Lamar Jackson is not look like he's making very good decisions when he's passing the football. But we'll get on that this Friday when I have my Colts Ravens breakdown. Hopefully I'll have Joe Nubo with me, who's a big Ravens guy. I might end up on his stream as well, and I'll let you guys know about that on Twitter if and when we go that way. That way you can jump on, and I won't feel overwhelmed in the chat with all the Ravens fans probably talking smack, because you know how that works sometimes. But yeah, I mean, let's look at the total stats for this game. I mean, everybody wants to talk about Phillip Rivers and how he is awful at throwing he gives games away. He didn't have any really bad plays this game. 23 of 33, that's damn near 70% completion percentage. 262 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And that he threw some dimes. That one to Hines on his second touchdown was freaking perfect. I mean, perfect. Jordan Wilkins come in after Jonathan Taylor having a rough day, only averaging 2 yards a carry. Taylor comes in for him, carries the ball 20 times for 90 yards and a touchdown, averaging 4.5 yards a carry. Everybody's like all shocked that Jordan Wilkins was able to do something when Jonathan Taylor wasn't. I'm not. I know that Jordan Wilkins is a really, really smooth runner. He is patient. He looks for the hole to hit, open up, and then he hits it, right? Plus, he can run with a little bit of power behind the shoulder pads, as you saw when he split the defenders in the backfield and then ran into 3 defenders and just kind of submarine forward for another 4 yards after that contact. I mean, my goodness. Jordan Wilkins, we are deep at running back. I would rather have Jordan Wilkins carrying the football than Nyheim Hines right now. Now, Nyheim Hines out of the backfield receiving, we all see what this athletic freak can do, okay? Nyheim Hines is a beast catching the football out of the backfield. My goodness. He had 3 catches, 54 yards, 2 touchdowns. Pascal, that one catch where Pascal adjusted, turned around completely, falling down backwards, catching the football. Beautiful. Beautiful. Mo Alley Cox had 3 catches. My good. You know how many people Phillip Rivers threw to in that game? 11. Hines, Pascal, Johnson, Ollie Cox, Wilkins, Doyle, Doolin, Hilton, Burton, Taylor, and the guy who finally came back from IR, Michael Pittman Jr. Now, we may not have T.Y. Hilton going up against the Ravens. That actually could be a bad situation, because I feel like T.Y. is a matchup nightmare for the Ravens, because I don't think that they have a lot of guys out there that can cover serious speed on the field. They've got very good corners, but if Marlon Humphrey can't play due to COVID, then, oh no, they're good, but they're good against possession receivers and good against covering routes and things like that. Speed, I feel like, is something that T.Y. could really take advantage of against them. Well, Alpha asks, is Pittman not getting open? It was his first game back from being gone for like 4 weeks or so due to 2 surgeries. So just chill with that. Juan Romo says T.Y.'s done absolutely nothing this season. Not necessarily true. T.Y. has done something. It's just not shown up on the stats. All right. I've seen T.Y. do some incredible blocks out there for other people who has the football. Plus, if you watch him, teams are still doubling down on T.Y. all the time. So if T.Y. is out there getting the double teams, getting that safety overlook due to his speed and the respect for what he specifically can do, that's leaving one-on-one matchups with the rest of the receivers out there. So even though T.Y.'s not putting up stats and getting a ton of targets, because Rivers is still looking at him, teams have to respect him being on the field. And that makes other players better. Oh, it's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good. Rivers, you're not going to see Rivers throw rocket laser cannon shots out there. But as Brian is saying, Rivers is making every receiver a threat. If you get open, Rivers will find you and throw you the football. All you got to do is catch it. All you got to do is catch it. And if you're somebody coming out of the backfield like Hines or Wilkins or Taylor, you catch and run. You notice the difference between when Rivers throws the football to a running back and when Brissett throws it. Rivers throws it to him. They're catching it while they're running. Every time. Even that lob to Hines, right? When Hines like ran behind Rivers and then went back outside, and Rivers had to throw it high because of the defensive end coming around, so he lobbed it up over that. He threw it way out in front of Hines so that Hines could run under the football, get up to speed, catch that football at full speed so that he can make yards after the catch. That looked like a bad pass, but in fact, that was one of the hardest throws that he could make, and it was perfectly done. Perfectly done. It was amazing. Because I've got the All-22. I've been watching. I've looked at a little of the Colts game so far. Just like I look a little at the Miami game because I'm a little interested in Tua Tagovailoa. But we're 8 weeks into the season. Rivers has just been taking time understanding how these receivers run routes, get their speed down, understand where they like the football at. And now that he's out there throwing freaking dimes. And he's going to continue to do so. I think Pittman going to get another week of health on that leg. I think he'll start getting more receptions. Watch out for Marcus Johnson. I'm just telling you, watch out for Marcus Johnson. That's going to be a very dangerous duo. I think the Ravens are going to be locking down against the Colts about these passes out of the backfield because Rivers has been doing that a lot. I mean, think about this. Hines had 3 catches, right? Wilkins had a catch. Taylor had 2 catches. Trey Burton had 3 catches. Doyle had 2 catches. And Cox had 3 catches. So between the running backs and the tight ends, they had the majority of the catches in this game. So that's a lot of short yardage stuff. So I think the Ravens are going to focus more on the short yardage stuff. Watch out for guys like Ashton Doolin. Watch out for Marcus Johnson. Watch out for T.Y. if T.Y. plays. And granted, it's a groin injury, and that's going to kill his speed. Juan asks, how does a defender plan? How does anyone plan when everyone on the offense can have a big day and contribute? It's tough to. The only thing you can do is really get after the quarterback, right? The only way you can do that is get after the quarterback. And it's going to be very difficult to do that against the offensive line that the Colts have. Because the Colts are just, they're outstanding right now. Epic Mia, thank you for the follow on Sportscaster. Appreciate that very much. JI678, also thank you for showing up on Sportscaster. I got 52 people watching on Sportscaster right now. 52 people. You know how many people I got on YouTube right now? It's showing me 11. Hey, guys, if you're watching on YouTube or on Sportscaster, please hit that like button and then share the stream to your favorite social media. Let's try to get some more people in here, man. I'd appreciate that. Thank you very much. Even the Trey Burton Philly special thing worked again. Yes, Brian. It did. And the thing is Burton is an ex-quarterback, so he could have thrown the football. That's why that play specifically is beautiful. Because if someone comes up to stop him and they're coming off of one of their coverage guys, he can just dump it real fast. Which is why it's beastly. Yes, Leonard being on the field again is so helpful to our defense because you just feel the spark. Ain't that right, Wolf? Having Leonard on the field brings this defense a spark on every play whenever we need it. And that's why this defense plays with such high energy when Leonard's on the field. Yes, that is right. The only time Rivers was rattled this season was against the Browns. And you're right, we had our backup left tackle who is awful. And we all knew he was awful. And yet, for some reason, no one gave him help. So I think that was a very poor choice in coaching to not have plays where the tight ends and running backs are helping Clark. And you said, yeah, Darius Leonard was not playing that game. So, yeah, that really hurts. But now Leonard is back. Number 16, Doolin, I believe it is, isn't it? Mason Swank asks, yes, he could. But Marcus Johnson, 83, I'm telling you, he is a deep threat. He showed it 3 weeks ago. I'm not really big with Darius showing that he's blitzing right off and then blitzing. I would rather see Leonard stepping back and then when the ball is hiked, then him, because he's so quick. I'd rather see him showing like he's not blitzing rather than actually showing that he's blitzing and then going. Because he's so fast that once the offensive line sets to blocking their man, he is so fast, it would make it really difficult for those offensive linemen to adjust to a delayed blitz. And that's what I like about Leonard or Okereke, honestly. Oh, that's because wanted to know why Lewis and Teray went nuts in the game. Lewis and Teray didn't just go nuts in that. I mean, they've been playing very well all season. But you got to remember, this defensive line is deep. Deep. We got guys right now. We got 2 or 3 guys right now. Tyquan Lewis, Danico Autry. Now, Teray didn't go nuts because Teray didn't play. He's still out. But, yeah, Autry and them. Yeah, they played very well. And we got guys that are like too deep. So our second level guys, our rotational guys, generally, some of them were starting for us a year or 2 ago, right? And they're pass rush kind of guys. Man, I think this game was absolutely stunning. And you know what? What's funny is the Detroit Lions offensive line has been touted the last 3 weeks as being very, very good. Much improved. And yet, 5 sacks, 7 hits, 12 pressures. Wow. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I'd like to see now the Colts. Remember, Reich said at least 2 weeks for Teray. So there's a slim chance we see Teray against the Ravens. And if that happens, I promise you, that's going to adjust my picks for this game. Big time. Big time. Even his first game back. Big time. All right, let's go over here and look at what we got going. So, interestingly enough, the Lions averaged 1.2 yards a carry. Matt Stafford's one carry for 10 yards bumped them a little bit. Jamal Agnew's one carry for 11 yards bumped them a little bit. But when Adrian Peterson carries it 5 times for 7 yards, and DeAndre Swift, who broke out the week before, comes into this game and gets 6 carries for 1 total yard. Yeah. The Colts, and I've been saying this for years. I never understood when you got a fast defensive line, why you're not run blitzing. You're blitzing to stop the run on the way to the quarterback. That's how you do it. And this game, they did it. And they did it very, very well. And I'm very proud of what our line. I'm proud of Matt Eberflus for calling blitzes this game. What? Are you kidding me? He threw all kind of blitzes at Matt Stafford this game. Oh, no, they didn't get 60 yards. They didn't even have 60 yards rushing. As a total, as a team, they had 29 yards rushing. 29 yards rushing is all Detroit had that game. Indy had 119. The Colts right now, if we go look at team stats, well, it'd be nice if I learned how to spell. My fat fingers, right? All right. Let's go to team stats and go to defenses. Right now, the Colts are literally 1.5 yards out of first place, right behind the Los Angeles Rams for the number 1 defense in football. 1.5 yards. The Rams have 291.9 total yards a game they give up, and Indy gives up 293.4. Passing yards per game, Colts are well down now. They are 6th in the NFL. 6th. 213. Matt Stafford's 300 and some yards passing knocked us down. But to be fair, 2 of those passes were monster gain yards, and that really hurt us. But let's look at the run defense. The run defense for the Colts, we're 2nd. Indianapolis right now, over the first half of the NFL season, is giving up less than 80 yards a game rushing. Less than 80 yards a game rushing. Do you remember 10 years ago when the biggest weakness of the Colts was stopping the run? We would go into the playoffs and go up against a team like Pittsburgh, like Baltimore, right? Like the Chargers. I'm not even going to talk about New England. And they would just run the ball down our throats. That shit ain't happening no more. Which is why it's a big deal, that we're a really good run defense going into Baltimore. That's going to be fun. We've been, tied with Tampa because Tampa got 2 picks versus Colts only had 1. Indy was leading the NFL in interceptions the entire season. Now they're tied with the lead. But they were solely leading it right up until yesterday. And that was a game I thought the Giants was going to stomp. I mean, 3 quarters into the game, I thought the Giants was going to win that game. Yes, I get that Buckner's not getting his sacks, but man, here's the deal. Another reason why all these different guys like Autry and Lewis and all these other guys are doing so well and getting pressure is because of DeForest Buckner. And I've said this all preseason. I was saying Buckner may not have the stats, but you'll see his effect by everybody else's stats. Because everybody else's stats will go up. And that will show you the effect DeForest Buckner has on a team. Because people have to put 2 people on him to block him. And that leaves 1-on-1 guaranteed for everybody else. So, that's why Buckner's not getting. I mean, if Buckner ends up with 7 sacks on the season, I'll be impressed. Does that mean that he's less valuable to the team just because he only has 7 sacks? Hell no. He's also got a crap ton of stuffs, quarterback hits, quarterback hurries, and he's doing that with 2 guys on him darn near every time. Yes, Alpha Wolf, Daniel Jones is officially the most frustrating quarterback to watch. He's going through some real learning curves. That Giants game, man. The entire team was giving Daniel Jones every opportunity to win that game, and he threw it away. Literally. Hey, Grover Stewart, Romo asked a good question about moving Buckner, Defoe moving around. And it looks like Grover Stewart takes all double teams in the middle. Sometimes he does. But Grover Stewart was been taking those double teams last year. That's what he did last year. Grover Stewart took all the double teams for the Colts, so he's used to it. But if him and Buckner are side by side, you can't double team both of them. Do you really honestly, Mason Slang's talking about the Julio Jones. After what Atlanta did Sunday, you can squash those. And besides, I mean, trade deadline's over with. At the NFL right now, all NFL facilities were closed for Tuesday for voting. So how much trading do you think the Colts were going to do when they weren't even in the facility? I come on. You know, that's an interesting question. 0194D asks, can we just use Hines to replace T.Y. Hilton? Hines looked like he was lined up like T.Y. Hilton on multiple occasions. I would love to see Nyheim Hines lined up as a wide receiver more often, especially in the slot. I think he'd be great. I hope so. Harrison Height, welcome to the stream, my guy. He asked, do you think Jordan Wilkins will be featured more as a 1-1 punch with Jonathan Taylor now as the season goes on rather than Nyheim Hines? God, I hope so. Jordan Wilkins is one of the best backup running backs in the NFL. He legitimately should be a lead back for a team somewhere. Legitimately. I mean, he averages 5.8 yards a carry over his career. So, yes, God, please let him carry the football more often. He needs it. He definitely needs it. All right. So, I have a question that I'm going to ask you guys. Don't forget, also, smash that like button. I see someone hit the dislike. I see someone hit a dislike. I must have had someone jump in here who's a hater. I have haters, guys. I'm big enough now to have haters. What do you know? That's great. But yeah, please hit that like button, man. Show everybody that we're doing good. I don't think it was a Lions fan. I think I've got specific Colts podcasters. I'm not going to say who, but I think there's one out there that really does not like my stuff because I'm competition. And I'll tell you right now, I don't. It's not bring the juice because I think we love each other. We're with each other all the time. But there's one out there I think that really has issues with me because we argue a lot about how we present things. But anyhow, but I won't say who. So we're drafting edge this year or tackle. I think we should draft tackle. 0194D. I'm sorry. You got to change that name up or unless it's something that is very specific for a reason why you have it. It is so hard to pronounce that and say that. Just let you know, I would take a tackle in the first round if I have the opportunity. Unless something seriously shows up impressive, I would take a tackle. That would be my lean towards. Because obviously we need back, even if Costanzo plays another year after this year, we need a replacement ready just in case. All right. But you have good questions, man. I appreciate that. Oh, I know. Harrison Height says all the Lions fans were saying they were going to beat it. Oh, my goodness. I went and was watching so many of those. And I just type in, well, this didn't age well. You know, I'm never a hater on other teams. I'm not a shit talker. I don't do that. I'm respectful to everybody, or I try to be. You guys know that. I try to be respectful. But if you're going to trash talk me and just trash talk me over and over and over, then that's going to tick me off. My boy Ray Rout was on somebody's stream the other day, asked to join, and you know he's a Patriots guy. You guys know who Ray Rout is, I'm sure. He's been on my stream a few times, and he was on. I'm not going to say who it was, Juan, but then he was on a stream because it had to do with the game that they just lost. And all they did was trash talk the Patriots the whole time he was there. How do you ask someone to guest on your stuff and then just trash just trash them the entire time. That is no way to run, a podcast or a stream or something like that. That's going to keep people from coming onto your show. And you want people on your show so that, my goodness, it makes for better content. Lions fan, yeah, that happens a lot. There was a lot of trash talking between the Lions and the Colts during the Ebron thing. But you know what? There's some trash going on right now still because Ebron's playing well for the Steelers right now. He is. I mean, he's not performing the way he did in 2018 with Andrew Luck, but he's playing well. He's playing well. Oh, no. Alpha Wolf says he thinks Bears fans are the worst on YouTube and Instagram. Now, I don't know much about Instagram because the only time I ever get on Instagram is to just upload like little special videos. But I have seen, now that I have noticed that I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, but have you noticed since Brady left New England fans aren't as bad as they used to be? And now it seems like the Tampa Bay fans are. It's like it wasn't the New England fans that were bad. It was those bandwagon Brady fans that were awful. Am I wrong here, or does it seem like I'm right? Because that's the way I see it. Zero, call you Zero. All right. That just seems like to me. Steelers fans, they could be kind of hard to. Had some issues with that as well. Let's go look here. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that just for simple fact. But hey, I've been running this almost 40 minutes, and my goodness, Kenny Moore got his first pick 6 of the year. That was nice to see. And he took that baby to the house. He looked good doing it. The Colts now have 3 people with pick 6s on the season. Ooh, do I think the Colts could beat the Titans twice instead of going 1-1? That's an interesting question. If Taylor Lewan is playing, he changes the dynamic of that offensive line. And if I remember right, I think the Titans just went out and got that defensive back from the Chargers, who's actually pretty damn good. The Titans defense might be better now than what they were. I mean, they've got Jadeveon Clowney now. They just traded for that guy from the Chargers. So, what the hell was his name? Desmond King. That's who it was. Yeah, they picked up Desmond King, who very good cornerback, man. Very good cornerback. But I hope we can. But really, to be honest, I have to look at the games as they come up. I know they're 2 games inside of 3 weeks, which is weird as shit to have to deal with. Demondre Prim, thanks for joining the stream, man. Appreciate you down here. Thanks. I see you. I see you in the chat. What's the word on Paris? I don't know yet, Tyler. I don't know yet. I'm hoping to hear something soon. I'm hoping to hear something. We've gotten word on both Teray and Pittman. Teray has a chance to come back this week against the Ravens. Pittman's already back. I would love to see Campbell back. But, I mean, you got to remember, I mean, it's a PCL injury, so that's a week-to-week thing. That takes time, and everybody heals up differently with PCL injuries. So, and it also depends upon how bad it was. I feel bad for the Lions, though, man. They lost Golladay for the season. That's rough. Us Indy fans, we know what it's like to lose some really good stuff. Receivers. Like I said, hopefully he's got a slim chance, DeMondre, to come back. Trey has a slim chance to come back this Sunday. Slim chance. He's already off the PUP list. But Frank Reich said when they took him off the PUP list last week that generally when you take someone off the PUP, it takes 2 weeks. Give or take 2 weeks of full practice for them to actually see any live action. Blankenship did miss Pat. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He has been good. He's been good, but you know what? Blankenship's missed a lot of extra points, but he's not missing field goals. I don't mind missing the extra points every once in a while. As long as you're hitting your field goals, I'm good. But yeah, Lions did a very good job throwing the football on us, even with the pressure that they had. Matt Stafford is so good. I'll tell you what. What do you guys think? If the Colts at the end of the season, you guys seen the game. You guys saw what Matt Stafford was able to do with the pressure that the Colts were putting on him. Still having the day that he had. Would you want Matt Stafford as your quarterback? Tyler asked why Taylor is struggling. Well, yesterday apparently he had a foot injury, so that's going to be part of it. Go look at my Jonathan Taylor film breakdown. Tyler, go check it out. It's on my channel under film breakdown, film rooms. I just put it out last week. That'll explain everything. Yes, I would take Matt Stafford. If Matt Stafford was up for trade at the end of this season, I would take him as a Colts fan in a heartbeat. Sorry about that. I kicked my camera. My bad, guys. My bad. Let me get this out of here. Bam. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I have 9 likes is what I'm seeing right now. I have been on here streaming for 45 minutes on YouTube, and I have 9 likes. Come on, guys. Show me the love, please. Please show me some love. Hit that like button. Click the little share, drag down, copy, paste it to your social media. That way other people could watch this as well. I'd appreciate that very, very much. Thoughts on Walker's play yesterday? I thought he did very well. When he was trying to tackle that guy, Jesse James. That's who it was. He missed on that tackle. He was trying to go for the legs, missed it. It happens occasionally. You see linebackers, but it was blatant on that one. That's why it's going to show up. But I thought Walker played overall quite well. Kelvin Beatty, what's going on? Patrick Pike. Jonathan Taylor looks awful. Jonathan Taylor, like I said, Belcher, 4K extra wide, tenths. Hey, everybody's on here now. That is so beautiful. Thanks, guys. Don't forget, smash that like button. Lions were attacking Walker. Yeah, but that was only with their tight ends. Jesse James had 2 catches. They sure as hell tried to attack him in the run game. Where'd that get him? 29 total yards, 1.2 yards a carry? Come on. He had one bad play against Jesse James where he missed the tackle. He got beat. And that happens to people occasionally. Jonathan Taylor looked bad. Patrick Pike. Yes, he did look bad. But to be fair, when he was getting the football, it wasn't just him. Was it me, or did it seem like early in the game the Detroit Lions was in the Colts backfield a lot more often than what we would like? So I think it was just a patience in the run game to wear down that D-line. Kalen 50, go Colts from Germany. Thank you, my guy. Thank you so much. Appreciate seeing everybody from across the Great Pond as Colts fans. That's about 4 of you guys that I know that are across the pond. So, man, share this channel with other guys out there. If you know anyone else, I know you probably don't, because across the pond, it's very difficult to find NFL fans, let alone NFL fans of the same team. But I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Nobody looks like a Stuttgart. Everybody, everyday guys. Jesus, come on. Mason Swank says, we barely heard Blackman's name. So what? So what? Didn't need to. We didn't need to hear Blackman's name. We heard a lot of other people's names, and everybody else was stepping up. That's why you weren't hearing a lot of people's names during this game. You didn't hear Willis's name either that much. If the safeties ain't having to make plays, that's a good thing, right? If the safeties, who is your last line of defense, are not having to make plays, that means your front line of defense is doing everything they're supposed to be doing. Be happy about that. Be happy about that. Alex Vieira, I might have mispronounced that. From Juarez, Mexico. Thanks. Thank you so much out there. Appreciate you. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot for the Colts to complain about. You can complain about Matt Stafford having 300 and some yards, but that's more on Matt Stafford, not the Colts defense. Because the Colts put all sorts of pressure on him. Kenny Moore's pick 6 was awesome. Yes, I agree with that. Do you ever think Joe Namath and Johnny Unitas were the same? How could they be the same guy if they were playing on the same Super Bowl on opposite sides? Remember? That's Super Bowl 3. We don't need a lot of – yeah, you got the division. Well, their win total might matter because, I mean, let's face it, they've only lost 2 games. The Colts play Pittsburgh this year. So if Pittsburgh loses a game, besides the Colts, if the Colts win out the rest of the season – they have a serious chance of being the number 1 seed, which would give them a bye. Do I think they're going to do it? I'm not saying I think they're going to do it. I'm saying it's still possible that Indy could have the number 1 seed in the AFC. It is very, very possible. Not saying they will. Brian says, Pittsburgh is toast. Bring them on. The way the Colts are playing right now, you can bring on anybody. I would take on the Bucs right now. The way you saw the Buccaneers play yesterday, I think the Colts would smash the Buccaneers, Tampa Bay. If the Colts played Tampa Bay, I think they'd smash them. I'm a little worried about Pittsburgh because of the way they blitz. They're very, very aggressive. You know how they play defensively. But I think that the Colts defense would play very well against their offense. So I think it would be a very interesting matchup. But as long as if the Colts play like they have the last few weeks, they could beat just about anyone. I agree, Prim. FaZe, what's going on? What's going on? Glad you're here. Lots of people in my stream right now. Thank you so much. Don't forget, if you're here, smash that like button. I got 12 likes, 1 dislike. What's up with that? Hey, if you're here and you're not subscribed, subscribe. Please subscribe. You'll be notified next time I go live. This Friday, 5 o'clock, I'll be going over the Ravens game with my boy Joe Nubo. All right? NF Podcast here on YouTube and on Sportscaster. Bucs offense did get dominated and the Giants defense was actually playing their hearts out. That is true, but look at who the Steelers have been playing. I mean, they played Tennessee, who plays very well. They played Baltimore, who plays very well. The Browns have played very well this year. So, what do I think about Wims? That was a dirty-ass thing to do. That's what I think. Just period. In case the rest of you don't know, Devon Wims went out, yanked the mouthpiece out of a cornerback, then punched him in the face, and then when it didn't seem to affect the cornerback when he punched him, he hit him again. He hit him a second time. We don't need that kind of stuff. Not in the NFL. That's just nuts. Just don't need that kind of stuff in the NFL. My goodness. If you take issue to someone sticking their finger inside your face mask and hitting you like this, you go straight to the referee and you tell them, hey, this dude did this to me. All right. I got a finger in my face mask. He was touching me. That's messed up. Watch it. Oh no. I think it should have been done for the season. You can't lose your cool like that at all. You can't. All right, what we got here? Do I have any more subs? I see Shry, I'm a Sweat. That's the name. Thank you, though, for subscribing. Appreciate that very, very much. 20 people, 13 likes, 1 dislike. Guys, I said I will be doing the opening game for Tua Tagovailoa. That'll be my film breakdown tomorrow. I've had a lot of requests for that from Sportscaster. If I have time to do another one, feel free in the comment section after I about end this, because I'm getting ready to end the stream, because I've been on here 55 minutes. In the comment section, if there's something else that you want me to do a film room breakdown on specifically for the Colts this week, if I have time to do that, write that in. Say, hey, a request. I'll tell you something else. I'd be more than happy to do so. I've got 628 subscribers. I can't even monetize this my channel right now until I get 1K. Okay? I can't do super chats or monetization or anything like that until I get 1K. So I would really appreciate if you guys love what I do and want to see me get a little bit bigger. Help me get to 1K subscribers however you can, whether that be sharing, telling people, showing things. I don't care. Whatever you do would be most appreciative on my end. Thank you so much. Brian does ask, does Wilkins get more snaps to hit 100 yards rushing next Sunday? I would love to see Wilkins get a 100-yard game finally. I would love to see Jordan Wilkins get a 100 game. That would be great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I will be back Friday, 149,000%, with Joe Nubo to go over the Ravens-Colts game this Sunday. And until next time, as usual, I'm Lawrence Owen, Colts Law. The Lions, let me push this up here, trampled by the Indianapolis Colts, 41-21, just got demolished. And until next time I see you guys, have a good one. Hope you all voted. Enjoy your day.